we just had a United game. Again, a very shaky performance. I don't know what to say. This was. It's not to say that I wanted it to happen, but I saw it coming. I think Diego Dalot again, best performer at United, followed by Brian Embueno and Amad Diallo and Bruno Fernandes. The fact that you have to wait to the 97th minute to win a match against Burnley, relegation favorites by the way, is screaming danger. The fact that this guy is better than Onana is screaming danger. Casemiro looked a bit sharper, but the fact that you had Kobe Mainu on the bench, and let's not even talk about Kobe Mainu's performance. I say that because, well, I trust that Kobe Mainu needs time, but he only shot from outside the box, and all of them went out, except for one that went corner. Joshua Sirkse looked shaky, and you put him over Benjamin Sesko, which I think I would have put in him and told these two guys and these guys, send it through the air to their head. Sesko jumped insanely high. He caught two headers, maybe failed both, but he was there. He was a physical presence in the box. And honestly, between Joseph Sirkse and Benjamin Sesko, even if the fucking rating from FootMob says otherwise, they were the same, much in the same. Joseph Sirkse just had more time. Again, United paid a ton of money for this guy. They're not trusting in him. Horrible management, as always. Mason Mount and Cunha injuries, that has to be concerning because the other side of the pitch, they're leaving in AFCON. Anyways, Mateus Cunha is still showing signs of being a great footballer, and Mason Mount is recovering a bit, but this isn't it. And Bruno Fernandes playing so back, it's just a crime. He has to be in this position. He's more of a number of almost an attacking midfielder, frankly, and he's playing in the in the halfway land with the back line and Casemiro. Casemiro looks sharp, but this is just not it. He's not in the box. He's down here. How is he supposed to do the magical runs he did last year if he's just walking in this area? Again, trying to see the good. Diego Dalot just looked insane. He would beat this. He would often beat Kyle Walker in speed, putting in a corner. Brian Embueno was here. He shot in goal. They were fine. But still, shaky performance. Ruben Amorim lost completely. He was lost. He looked like a lost soul, that he didn't know what his team had to do to win. Or I remember seeing him say, well, sometimes I want to be in United, other times I want to be out. I feel like that's a lie. I feel like he wants out of United because this is just clearly, he looks so stressed. He looks so disappointed. I feel like at this point, he should just quit United before they quit on him. Because if they come, I mean, it's good to come with 3 points to the international break. But you know what? Who they have next time out? Manchester City. At the Etihad Stadium. Now, of course, City have been shaky. There's only one way to put it. They lost to Tottenham. They did that or that. But it's still City. And both United and City have players that could have insane performances. But City, frankly, can just throw money at the problem and they win. And they have more players that can have insane performances. Doku could have the performance of his lifetime. Haaland could have the performance of his lifetime. Rangers. Marmoush. United has to come out of that international break on form. Amorim has to take its time, has to think. Maybe the tactic doesn't work because clearly it's shaky. It's shaky. It doesn't allow. The keeper here didn't do a bad job. The stats, this is not, the rating is not a good representation of how this guy played. He played way better than Onana. Onana last time he was just god awful. He deserves to be benched. But this guy often knew when to run in. He was insanely fast on catching the ball. He looked sometimes nervous on the ball, but he was there. Amorim again, lost. During the penalty, he was just staring at the sky, almost like a soul that didn't know what purpose he had to serve in this club. Again, United, winner, 3 points, good. But the fact that you have to rely on a penalty, this is not a non-goal. Well, yeah, it is. And Bueno did what he had to do. He took the chance he had to take. The fact that you need a non-goal and a fucking penalty to win. Again, Foster and Anthony, insane match. Of course, Anthony gave up the penalty at the end, but he was doing pretty well. In fact, Burnley, I think they just looked on par with United until the end. In fact, sometimes United looks so out of control. During the second goal, United just, the keeper had to, I don't think the keeper could even analyze what happened. He stopped one shot, he had to prepare for the second one, which found off Kobe Mainoo, I believe, and it went in through, chaotic. It sounds chaotic just like United. Well, the Reds should be happy they got the points, but I feel like the staff, Ruben Amorim, the players, they should question what the fuck is going on. To talk about the improvements, I think, for starters, Manu Garty on the bench and Andre Onana on the bench will never not be good. After what the performances of both, I think it's just clear that they cannot be playing top top Premier League football. May return this guy to PSG or whatever. Return Andre Onana back to his jail. I don't believe Onana I don't believe Onana is even a Masia graduate. He is, but he doesn't feel like it. And maybe he doesn't even get called for AFCON, because if this is the type of performance he puts up, why would you need it in his country? What kind of country would want his goalkeeper to be bad? Dubrakov, I don't care about the name. He was better than Onana, frankly. If United signed him and he accepted, it would be an immediate improvement. The backline again, almost unnoticeable. Even on when they scored goals, it felt like it was more how open this formation turns out to be, how wide it turns out to be. Players go wide, and the center midfield here goes down a lot, and more wide, and you're just left with three guys, and Bruno Fernandes, who is not even a defender. And it's not even talking. I already said what I said. And talking about some changes, Benjamin Sesko should have come out instead of Sirkse. I feel like with how they were just moving up top here and putting the ball into the box through the air, that's a job that Benjamin Sesko was doing pretty well during these few minutes. He was up here, he was heading it, he was a physical presence, a target forward. People were having to mark him because if you let him alone, he was just going to jump and score the goal. Joseph Sirkse just looked like a false nine, which I feel is no. Cunha. I guess it goes and fits with Amorim's system. At the same time, if you're playing to put things into the box, get a proper number 9. You already have it on the bench. You're not using your number 9. You're using your false number 9, having to come down here and praying that these two guys do the runs. It's like Mateus Cunha outside the box and Mason Mount and Brian Mbueno in. And you get with Dalot and Ahmad. And then these guys have to take their positions, and these guys have to take their positions. And you're always left with this space in the box. You're always left, because already naturally there's like a space here. But the fact that you have to bring back Bruno, you have to bring back this guy, you have to bring wide this guy, you have to bring wide this guy. This guy goes up, and this guy goes into the box, and this guy is right outside the box, almost acting as the attacking midfielder. Let's not even talk about how bad it's Amad Diallo playing here. Not that Diallo is bad, no. It's that this guy is left-footed. He scores goals. If we wanted him crossing it, you should have put him here. but you didn't. You were playing him like he's still gonna score goals as a right back. Then who is meant to go wide here? If this guy is left-footed, you want him to put you want him to cross with his weak foot. It's not impossible. I'm not saying that he can't do it, but it would be much better if he didn't have to use his strong foot. If he could use his strong foot to put the crossings in. This side, this side of the pitch, almost too attacking. This side, almost too much crossing. Which I guess makes sense in a way, but I just think that if you want to score your winger to score goals, just give him his position and don't make him a right wing back. In fact, don't play with right wing backs. Yeah, Dalot was pretty good as a wing back, but you had basically another wing back behind him. He had to go wide. He had to go wide. He had to go wide. This guy had to go back. This guy had to go back. And you essentially got 4 wingers and a false 9. This is not a 9. This is a 9. And if Cunha gets injured, which actually I think that's a better, this is a better striker than all of these guys combined. But if Cunha is hurt, just put the number 9 and hope that a ball reaches his head. Just pray that one of the Lot's runs just hits his head and it goes in. Instead of putting Joshua Sirkse another false 9. I'm assuming, I see the pattern here. Ruben Amorim wants a false 9 for some reason. I don't understand his game plan because it just hasn't worked. It just hasn't worked. And he wants them to play basically outside the box. Link it up here, basically wait till Mount or Bueno would do the run. Well, Mountain had to leave the match because he got injured. And he had to leave for Kobe Mainu. And now you have Kobe Mainu in his position. And I saw him way more in attack than even Bruno Fernandes at times. If you put him, just change positions, man. Put Kobe Mainu here, put this guy in. And he at least is here. He's now in the box. He has to do the responsibility. It was not a good game. They won, but yeah. Again? What is this? What I have nothing to say more than if United wants to at least play Conference League. I'm not talking about European League. I'm not talking about Champions League. I'm talking about Conference League. They need to lock in. I'm talking about locking hard. They need to make Cunha work. They need to make Brian Mbeumo work. They have to figure out what the fuck is going on there midfield. They have to figure out the issue of how you give width and how you cover up the 3 defenders who have to go wide. And now you have these two spaces there that are just easy on the counter. If you lose the ball here, and let's say Mason Mount is up here, Bruno Fernandes is in the halfway line trying to control the pass. In fact, he maybe did the pass trying to reach Dalot, who probably is running already. If they lose the ball here, Bruno Fernandes, who might be here, has to run back to position, and so does Casemiro, and both of them are old men. They don't have the speed. And this guy, Anthony, he just tear it apart. He just fast as fuck. And they took the goals that they had to. This guy, poor man, because whenever they attacked, they just dominated. The moment they ball past the halfway line, United was full defense for quite a while. It was just god awful, man. I've never seen a team struggle so much despite being one of the most prestigious clubs ever. Both this season and last season are looking... last season was grim. This season is also looking grim. If they don't... if by next match week that they will have, they don't fix this problem here, they're done. I'm not even talk about. I mean, I hate the international breaks because it's just, bro, I just want to watch Real Madrid. I don't want to watch Spain all the time. Spain versus Bulgaria. What the fuck? Why would I want to watch that? I love Spain, but why would I want to watch Bulgaria versus Spain? Anyways, this is not the last video of the day. I'm gonna do another one for Real Madrid, but for now, I'm just saying it how it is. United are have to revolutionize within this international break. I think the board is gonna back up Amorin if he wins his next match against City, which he's not. I trust he's not in the Etihad against Manchester City. He has 2 weeks, I believe, to analyze whether how to change formation, how to which players will play. He has time. He doesn't. It's not like he doesn't. He has time. He's gonna be able to watch them outside, being a coach, right? You're gonna be able to see to analyze the international matches, especially Bruno Fernandes, De Ligt, Mbueno, Ahmad. I mean, I don't know if they play. You're gonna be able to see the guys who are getting called up and see how they work, and then analyze if, well, maybe I have to do this and this and this instead of this and that, and maybe you shift your formation to a 4-3-2-1. I mean, I don't think that will work, but maybe you have to change it to that. Four at the back, you make a more stable lineup. Two attacking midfielders. You bring back you get Masraoui on the lineup. Masraoui is not bad. He was pretty good. He's a pretty good defender. You get Masraoui in the lineup. You get the Ligt and this guy together. Get rid of Luke Shaw maybe. He's a bit old. Put Dalot, who has been having good matches. You keep telling him just launch it out forward. But now you have three defenders back. Casemiro. Maybe Manu Ugarte can start playing a bit better with the formation. I don't know. Because I'm not the coach. But I do know that United have to analyze what's going on. And clearly, I mean, my silence says it all. I don't know what to think. I just know United have to react. Just react. Uh, this is better than nothing, but it's not the reaction we expect from them. They need to perform on a greater level. They just need to perform on a greater level. The transfer window is not over. If they sign a goalkeeper, maybe they can fix their goalkeeper problem, which is something they have to do. Because clearly Onana and the backup are not gonna be good enough, even if I rated the backup this day. It's just not. It's not usable. I'm gonna end the video here because I've rant enough. I need to rant about football when I see a bad match, because clearly this was a bad match for United. So I'm gonna keep doing this. It's just not good enough. It's just not good enough. It was dreadful, but a win is a win. 3 points for United. Hopefully they can keep up the form against City, even if it's a penalty in the 97th minute with an own goal. I mean, in words of Kylian Mbappe during the World Cup, I'd rather win the World Cup with an own goal than hit a hat trick.